You've all been through it. It's so difficult to be a college student in the US because oh my god, it's so expensive. And I am still a college student in the US. Like, we don't have damn money to spend on food, right? In the second semester, I try to minimize my food expenses as much as possible. So it was like $3 to $5 per day. So here I'm gonna show you the 7 tips that I used in San Francisco that helped me get into $100 per month, and it genuinely kept me healthy as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. First tip is to use Too Good To Go. So this is basically a mobile app that lets you connect to local cafes or restaurants, that lets you buy like their surplus or some other food or dishes that they have left over on that day. Probably like half the price of like how you originally buy it on a supermarket or buy it at a standard price. They have it at bakeries, they have it at grocery stores, they have it at like some random restaurants even. You can just search up where you live and there's gonna be cafes or stores around you that does the offers and stuff like that. The cheapest offer I think they had was called surprise bags, and it's basically you don't know what's inside, but they put whatever that was like left over on that specific day. So if it was like a grocery store, you would have a random like fruits or random vegetables that you could cook at home, or if it's like a bakery, then you would have like pastries that you can probably eat for like breakfast or snacks. It was like a pretty good deal. And I used it for a lot of times in this specific store in Chinatown because their leftovers, like, they give insane amount of leftovers like in one bag, and it was like $6 and it was worth like 3 meals. Like, I'm not even kidding. They would give you like 3 main dishes and one like big bowl of like fried rice, for example. So I really used that a lot of times. I think I used it like once a week for sure. Just look at the reviews. If the reviews are good and if they say like, oh, they offer like good amount or they give you good leftovers, I think it's definitely worth trying. And if you are the person that likes to cook or that likes to, be surprised by what's inside, then I would definitely recommend doing surprise bags because they're even cheaper than just buying the standard leftover from Too Good To Go. Because you can't choose, it becomes cheaper. So I would definitely recommend it if you like cooking. I think my friend made like bunch of lemon cakes out of like the lemons that they got as a leftover in a surprise bag. So if you like doing those things, why don't you try it? Because it's so cheap. I think most of it were less than like $6 and it's worth more than like 3 meals. So I think it's definitely worth it. You do have to go pick it up at a certain time, but if you're flexible with it, just go for it. So I think that would save you a lot of time. And the app is free. Go check it out if you live nearby that does those programs, because I think it's totally worth it. Tip 2, find community centers that offer you food. So I used to go to a gym within a community center. And outside of the gym, they also have like you do prayers, you gather around every Sundays, had gymnasiums that like students can rent for like several hours to play basketball, for example. And the thing is, they bring like these extra food that they got from other community centers and they just give it out to you for free. I got close with one of the women that was working there, and I was telling her how like hard it is to just maintain my food expenses in San Francisco as a college student, especially because it's getting so expensive. And then she was like, "You have so much food that are given to us every week, so why don't you take some?" So I ended up receiving a lot of like cereals, just something that I just can eat for breakfast, or like frozen meal that I can just heat up and eat it for like dinner, lunch, whatever. And I used to live off of that. Like, I'm not even kidding. Some of them had like a close expiry date, but no problem. Like, we're like we eat a lot, like we're like 20 years old, like we're just like starving all the time. And yeah, I was so much supported through that program because as long as I went to the gym, people would be very, very nice to me, and I got to have that human connection, which was like an additional benefit. And it also gave me like a motivation to keep on going to the gym. I would definitely recommend searching up like community centers, whatever that you could casually go to. And I think like just for going there for food is also fine, but more than that, I think you can make some connections with people that are working there or people that are also coming to the center. It would be like a very wholesome way to make connections and also like getting food if you're lucky. Third way is go to the farmers market. So I used to go to farmers market almost every Wednesday and Sunday because they have the best fruits. I recommend going there, especially during afternoons, like an hour before it closes. So for me, like the farmers market nearest to my residence would close at 4 p.m. So I would go there at like 3 p.m., 3:30 p.m. ish, and then they would be doing like all those discounts because they're about to close and they don't want to have leftovers. So you can buy it at a probably the near the cheapest price. So I used to go there around that time. I especially bought a lot of fruits because fruits are like very expensive even if you go to like a discount supermarkets. I bought like a lot of apples, grapes, like seasonal fruits also. I think I bought a lot of plums. I bought vegetables sometimes. I like cucumbers were very cheap. Cucumbers, zucchinis. And if you go there like every week, the good thing is that you can get to know the farmers or vendors that are there. Again, the talk about human connections, but also if you get close to them, they might be generous to give you like extra, vegetables or fruits. The relationship that you can build with those people is definitely not something that you can have in a supermarket. So it's really nice. And maybe if you're lucky, then you might get extra food. So I would definitely recommend you to look for farmers market. I'm pretty sure it doesn't happen every day, but it happens like weekly at somewhere. I really think that that's like a good way to cut budget, especially on vegetables and fruits. 4, go to Chinatown. I think this might be specific to San Francisco or me being an Asian in general, but I miss Asian food. Like I wanted to eat tofu, I wanted to eat rice, I wanted to eat dumplings. The rice there, like you could buy a whole bag at like probably like 1/3 of the price that like Trader Joe's or like Safeway or Costco sells. I don't know the mechanism. So I can't really talk about that. But I feel like it was a really nice place to just go there and buy Asian food when you miss it. And all the like restaurants they have, it's really, really cheap too. Like you can eat a meal at like $7, which is like insane if you think about like other restaurants that you could go to. Like even like sushi would cost you like $13. It's not even enough for you, especially if you're like starving all the time, like the college students, right? In Chinatown, you could get like a whole meal that would make you full for like $7. So I think it's a really good place to go if you're thinking of like going out and having dinner with somebody. I think Chinatown is the best place to just go and do whatever. 5, networking events. There's a lot of networking events, and the thing is, they offer you food. Like they offer you like insane amount of food. And I swear to God, I think I went there almost every week. Sometimes it was for networking because I was really interested in the topic, but other times I just went for food. I think it's okay. Like, I think there's no problem with it because, like I said, we're broke and we're college students. Like, and we do actually like talk to people, right? But the food they offer, it might depend on which kind of event you go to. Generally, they probably offer like casual like pizza, some juices, like sparkling water. Other times, if you go to like the lucky one, like you get fruits, cheese, like I don't know, like sandwiches. You could go there for networking opportunities, but also the food there would be amazing. So I feel like if you see like a networking event that you're kind of interested in, maybe go through the description, look if it says anything about food, and if it does, like you don't have to eat meal at home because you can eat it in the event, and it's like double the price. Get to network with a lot of people that interest you, and also you get to eat food, right? So I think attending those events, if you have the time and if you have enough interest to do so, I totally recommend that. I think that got me through so much, like food expenses, but also I got to know a lot of people, which was very useful for me. I can link some apps below that I used that was really, really useful. Those networking events almost happen every single day. So you can even go there every single day if you have the time and enough social energy for it. So yeah, definitely recommend. 6, buy frozen food. I loved Trader Joe's frozen food so much, especially the dumplings and fried rice. I would just go to Trader Joe's and keep the frozen food, the fried rice, because it'll like help me survive for like 3 days at least just for the fried rice. And it's like $3. That means it's $1 per meal. How insane is that? And if you buy like fried rice out of like Panda Express or something, it'll just be like $8 per meal. But you can just minimize that to $1 per meal. Like, it's insane the difference, right? But definitely go check it out. Compare the price and the amount of food that they have in one bag, one package. Because for me, like if they have 400 grams or something, it'll keep me for 2 meals. For sure, right? Definitely compare the price and compare the amount that they have in one package and then see if it's like worth trying it. Especially Trader Joe's, the quality of frozen food is actually amazing. And a lot of people would be like, oh, but the nutrients, or like, what about the quality? I think it's like totally worth it. And you can arrange it with like eggs or like tofu. I think you can make like an arrangement out of it, make it more nutritious. But I feel like frozen food was like a good way to go. Okay, 7, and this is the last advice, is to go to Foodsco. Foodsco is basically like a discount grocery chain. It was so good when you wanted to buy like meat or seafood. The meat there is insanely cheap, and the salmon there, it was so insanely cheap too. They had like 3 slices of salmon for like $7, and one piece is like a very big, it's like a decent meal, right? When you put it up with like rice or some veggies. So I think it was really, really worth it to go there. The thing is, they had a lot of like Mexican food. Like they had insane amount of like salsa, tortilla chips. I personally think it was better than Costco because meat, for example, I think that was cheaper even if you compare it to Costco's like large amount of meat. So if you were like just a college student or like just a person that's like living alone or living with a couple of people that don't need like large amount of things at once, I would definitely recommend to go to Foodsco because I think they have the cheapest meat or fish when I was there, which was like a year ago. So it's not that like long ago. So I'm pretty sure it's like a similar thing now. But definitely go check it out. Like research if they have Foodsco nearby. If they do, you won't regret it like if you go there. These are the 7 tips that I have. And this helped me get through it with like $100 of food meal every month. And honestly, if you can cut the food budget, it's gonna mean a lot. Like you could go traveling, you have so much more financial freedom to do whatever you want to do. Like outside of just eating, you know? And I love eating, but also like I do want to do something like other things, right? And it gave me so much freedom to do that. So I recommend trying those out. If you're going to the US or worrying about budget, I think it's very doable as long as you follow these tips. So yeah, let me know if you have other recommendations. If you're interested, go see my other Instagram, TikTok, because I do traveling content. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye!